All right, LMU fans, it's time for another installment of the Friday feature. This is actually our fifth one. It seems like we've done a lot more than that, but just for you and for the viewers at home to know, Friday feature is something we're doing here with LMU student athletes, kind of a way for viewers at home and LMU fans to get to know them better in a more personal way. You get to learn about them off the stat sheet, off the green, things like that. Just kind of an added bonus to you, LMU fans, to meet the student athletes that make up LMU. So today I'm joined by a women's golfer, sophomore, Lise Malherbe. Lisa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good so far. We'll see what happens, but so far so good, I guess. But thank you for taking the time to let us get to know you, ask you some questions, pick your brain, and just find out more about you.
My pleasure.
Are you nervous?
Not yet. We'll see when the questions start.
I always like to ask that because I know, like, for me, if someone were to ask me that would bring my nerves down because then be like, okay, I'll just be up front with you. I'm definitely nervous right now. But so anyways, you're good to go.
I'm good.
So let's get it kicked off. Kind of the first question that I like to ask everybody, because I think it kind of makes up like who we are as a person, is where you're from. So talk to us a little bit about your hometown, where you're from.
So originally I am from South Africa. I was born there, and my parents and the rest of my family still live there. It's just me and my parents that live here now, and we live in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, which is just outside of Nashville. And I moved here when I was a baby, but we go back all the time. Like, we're going back in December, so visit the rest of the family.
Okay, so that's something you don't hear very often, especially around here. So South Africa is where you were born before you came here to Tennessee. So I guess what we should do is let's start with the whole South Africa thing. So tell us a little bit more about that.
I moved here when I was a baby, so I never got to experience growing up there. But like I said, we go back almost every year or every 2 years, depending on how my schedule falls. And it's just great. Whenever I go back, I get to be a kid again and get to run around on my uncle's farms. And it's a completely different culture, and it's amazing because it's just very family oriented and almost still like not as focused on technology because they're still like a little bit behind, you kind of say, but it's just the atmosphere is amazing there, and it's gorgeous, the mountains and everything.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I've seen pictures. That's as close as I've ever been to it. It looks amazing.
It is.
Definitely somewhere I want to go. But okay, so you're born there, your family's from there, but then you grew up here in the States in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we moved to Mount Juliet when I was in 6th grade. The reason we came over to America was because of my dad's job. And I've lived in Tennessee since 6th grade now. I love it there. It's right outside the Music City, lots of concerts, and I love Tennessee, honestly.
So what did you do growing up in Mount Juliet? Like, what kind of stuff do you like to do for fun, I guess is my question. What if I was to go there right now, what would I do?
So growing up, I played almost any sport you can think of. I played volleyball, basketball, softball. I swam for the longest time, and I was just your typical athletic kid. And then as I got older, middle school, high school, you kind of trail off on all the sports, kind of focus on more one or two. And then you pick up like the side hobbies that are a little bit easier, less time consuming. So I guess you could say I really like to paint and do artistic type stuff, crafty type stuff. If I could make it and like buy products to make it, I'll make it myself. Like, I made my entire Halloween costume this year.
Wow, that's impressive. So, what were you?
I was Kevin from Up, the big colorful bird. So.
Cool. Okay, so you got sports and making things and doing things like that. Is that all that you did? Was your life pretty much consumed by that, or?
I've always been very academic. I like to focus on my grades, so that's of course a big part of growing up. You got to study and do your homework. But I guess you can also say I just like going and hanging out with my friends. Just going to the movies, going to drive-in movies back at home are great. Bonfires at night, just sitting around with your family and the friends, and just that good conversations that you have that you don't always have. So
I mean, that certainly sounds fun.
Yes.
I think everybody can enjoy that to a certain degree.
I love it.
So that was you kind of growing up, sports, academics, hanging out with friends, graduate high school, and then LMU is next, right? So talk us through a little bit about, I guess first, let's look at your time here so far. So talk us about, this is your second year, correct?
Yes.
So talk to us about LMU so far.
So last year was my first year. I played on every single tournament throughout the year. It was awesome. Greatest experience. It really was a great experience to come to college because you always have all these ideas of what college is going to be like, and you have these really high expectations. You're like, are they really going to live up when you get there? And I really think they did. I love being here. I'm 4 hours away from my family, which is kind of a lot sometimes, but it's the perfect amount where you get to branch off and become your own person.
Sure.
And the golf facilities here are great, so I get to practice whenever I want to and work on my game. And the team that's here, I love them. We're all like a family, and we bond together really closely, and it's just been a great experience so far.
You started off on the right foot then.
Yes.
Coming here, you fit right in coming in because, you know, freshman year in college, I remember my freshman year, it was kind of like, whoa.
It's a little scary sometimes.
Right. So, but it sounds good. I mean, you got right in with the team, you got friends. Why LMU though?
So in high school, I always wanted to play college golf. Wasn't really sure if I was going to, but then junior, senior year came around and I was like, I can do this. So started looking at some schools, and LMU was just the perfect type of school all around. I didn't want to go to a big school. I wanted small classes where you get to interact with your professors, especially as an athlete where we missed so much class. I wanted to make sure my professor knew who I was. That way I wouldn't get behind in my work. The golf facility here is amazing. We have a full driving range, a putting green, a chipping area, and an indoor hitting bay. Most two schools don't have that kind of facilities. Right. And so that was one thing that really drew me here. And the coaches are awesome. I love them. They work hard. They really support the team and always want the best for us.
So I want to take one little step back here. So golf brought you here, long story short. So talk to us about your golf journey. You said that, you know, growing up you played all these different sports and you focused on school and did all of these hobbies and making stuff, but golf has kind of been, from what I understand, kind of like the main vein through all of this. So talk to us about your golf journey, if you will.
So when I was little, both my parents played golf. Whenever my dad would go to the drive range, he'd just bring me along, and I had those little sets of clubs where you just have like 2 or 3 clubs,
right.
And he'd never pressure me, just bring me to the drive range. I could hit as many balls as I wanted to, just kind of swing at it. And then in 6th grade, I made the middle school golf team. And so from there is really where it started getting like a little bit more serious, where I actually started playing rounds with golf and I started taking lessons and really working on my swing. And but at that time I still played volleyball and softball also. And so realized that can't really play softball and golf because they're very different swings. So quit softball, not exactly built to play softball. I'm kind of small, so.
But you can steal bases.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not very fast. People think I'm fast, but I'm not. So in high school, started playing more golf, started getting better at it, started looking at opportunities of what I could do looking forward, and golf seemed like a really good option, and I just fell in love with the game. My dad's always played it, so it's kind of been one of those things that we get to bond over on a Saturday. Let's go play 18 holes, me and Dad. It's kind of where we get to catch up. And so you always have that close connection with your mom just because of girls, but then it's really nice to have that thing that you have with your dad that you get to spend time with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just more from you know, let's just do this for fun into something that you start to take seriously, and then you've seen yourself grow, but then also the benefits that's added to it, family, and obviously like you're at LMU now to play golf. So
and it's one of those sports that you can play for a lifetime.
Right.
No matter how old you get, you can always go whack at it.
My grandma wipes the floor with me in golf, so yeah, I mean you can play it forever. So that's awesome. So one question I like to ask the student athletes too, to kind of focus on the student part of it. What are you studying here at LMU?
I'm trying to double major. We'll see how that works out. But I'm majoring professional golf management and marketing. Okay. So kind of like a business degree with like a focus in sports.
So what do you want to do with that?
Everybody always asks me that. Everybody's like, oh, are you going to teach golf? I don't really want to teach golf. I don't really want to run a golf club. But the goal job, the dream job would be, I would love to be in charge and manage a LPGA or PGA tournament and run the entire thing.
Wow.
I would love to do that. And if I can't do that, I'd like to work like with Golf Channel, do some type of media marketing type thing. And I'd love to stay in the golf industry.
Well, yeah.
So
fair enough.
Yeah.
And you're certainly in it now, and you're getting the experience on the playing side, so that can only help, right?
Yes.
And you're a sophomore, so you got some time to focus on those academics. So, well, that's awesome. You know, I remember for me, like when I was a sophomore, I was like, I think I want to do this, but I have no idea. But it sounds like you know kind of exactly what you want to do.
Growing up, I didn't really know what I want to do. Everybody they're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. And for the longest time, I wanted to be a vet, and I was like, I don't really want to be a vet anymore. And then I wanted to be a doctor for a while, and just those typical childhood dreams. And then coming into college, I had no idea what I wanted to be. I was just gonna be undecided, and then when I found LMU with PGM, it's one of the few schools that has the degree, and I was like, well, this kind of works. I was maybe gonna do business, kind of one of those generic degrees that you can do a lot with, and so I was like, I love golf. Why not do this? And so from there, it's developed over this past year that I've like played in so many like college tournaments and seen really what like the higher level tournaments are like, and I've realized that I would love to do that one day, and so.
Hey, you set those goals high, right?
Exactly.
Set them as high as you can.
You can only go up.
You can only go up. That's awesome. Well, that's certainly a high goal, but hey, you can do it. You know you can.
Gotta work hard.
So let's do something a little different now. Let's transition out of these boring questions asking you about your future and all this stuff, and let's do something that's kind of fun. Well, I think it's fun. Sometimes when people ask these rapid fire questions, they don't like it very much because you don't know what I'm going to ask you, but we're going to do some rapid fire. Now how this works is I have a hat, my Chiefs hat here, full of a bunch of questions, like slips of paper, and one big piece of paper. We don't need that. But I'm going to pull out maybe 5 questions from here.
Okay.
And they're just random. And people will come up with them. And you're just going to answer. First thing that comes to your head.
No, I'm nervous.
Can you do that? Oh, you're nervous
No,
now?
I'm nervous.
Okay, well, hopefully you get the easy one to start off the bat. So let's pick one out. All right, the first one. Oh, man, you got such an easy one to start with. Would you rather go to an amusement park or to a family reunion?
Oh.
That's tough.
That is kind of tough because I do love roller coasters, but I love my family. I'd go to a family reunion because I don't always get to see them all the time, and it'd be good. It's really hard to get your entire family in one place at one time, especially I come from a big family, so.
So you're taking like the sappy route, like I want to see my family?
Yeah.
Well, my answer to that would be I'd do both. Like take your family reunion to an amusement park.
Do a family reunion at a Disney park.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
All right, well, you already answered family reunion, so you don't get to steal my idea. All right, second one. Oh, wow. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
Okay. This is hard, I'm not gonna lie. Instant time travel. That you don't have to, doesn't take time to go places.
So like teleportation?
Yes.
Okay.
Instantly be in Florida on the beach right now.
Okay.
What else? Could stop time. That'd be kind of cool.
So you want to stop time and be able to teleport?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You got one more?
Okay. Being able to direct where my golf ball is going while it's in the air after I've hit it.
I mean, if you could do that, then you'd be the greatest golfer.
Oh,
in the
I'd be
world.
the only one being able to do it. So.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, hey, I credit the uniqueness of your 3 wishes. I like it, though. You could stop time and use your teleportation to, like, go down to the green and be like, okay, I think I want it to come down about right here. You can use them all together and just be the greatest golfer of all time. All right, let's do another one. Number 3, mix these up because you got an easy one so far. Oh, my gosh, this is an easy one because it's short. Oceans or mountains?
That's really hard because I love both. Ooh. I'm gonna go with oceans.
Why?
Because I love the beach and I love swimming and I love being tan.
So you're giving up like skiing and climbing and hiking to be tan all the time?
See, it's hard because I really like skiing and I like getting to the top of a mountain where you work hard and then you get to see the pretty view.
Mm-hmm. And then ski
That's
down.
hard. And there's sharks at the ocean. Both. Get a mountain that's next to the beach.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. All right, number 4. Oh, here you go. If your life was a movie, what actress would play you?
Oh gosh, I'm really bad at actresses and actors.
Okay,
and
what
people
Disney
in
character
general.
would play you then? Since you told me before that you were good
I
at
do
like
like
Disney
Disney.
characters and stuff.
I really like Tangled. She is like my all-time favorite person. She's always happy and she's always singing, and I like to think that I'm like that. And I used to have really long hair.
There you go.
So
So the lady or the animated character from Tangled
Yes.
would be you.
yes,
So your life
I'm
movie
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel. So
Yes.
your life movie would be an animated film.
Yes. With the funny horse and the little gecko thing.
Oh, the comedy
Chameleon.
relief?
Yes.
Comedy relief? I can
Yes.
understand that.
Gotta have a laugh.
I can understand it. Let's do one more, okay? I want this one to be a hard one. Because I feel like you've gotten like all the easy questions we have.
Maybe it's just my luck.
Probably is. So you stopping time and you're changing me. Making me pick one? Alright. We're not doing that one. Because that was your favorite Disney character, which we kind of just talked about. What are the chances of that? Where would you go if you were invisible?
If I was invisible.
Scott Erlin's favorite question.
Ooh. I've never heard that question before. That's a really good question. Oh, that's weird because, like, you'd want to be there, but you wouldn't want people to see you being there.
Maybe. You want to hear my answer to give you a second
Yes.
to think? I'll give it to you. Because my answer I think is brilliant. See, okay, so I don't have 3 wishes or any of that stuff. If I'm just invisible, that's the only thing I have, I would just use it to travel the world. Because think about it, you could just be invisible and just like hop on an airplane
You get free stuff.
and no one would see you. And then
That
you could
is
just go to
true.
wherever you want.
That's very true.
But you can't use that answer, so hopefully I gave you enough time to
That's
think
a
of something
good.
else.
That's a good answer. Oh, this is hard. Ooh, this is so hard. I feel like it could be. Well, no, that wouldn't work.
I might let you steal my answer if you want.
That's a really good answer. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you have what, 30 seconds to think about it, and I've had like weeks
That is
to think
true.
about it. So,
That's a really hard question, but a really interesting one.
all right. Well, if you're not, if that,
I'm gonna take yours because I love to travel.
Then we're gonna do one more because
Okay.
I need a 5th answer from you. That's just yours. What's the best thing that has happened to you this month,
This month.
or year, or week, whatever you want? What's the best thing that's happened to you recently? Let's say that.
Okay, this is kind of related to golf.
Okay,
Kind of really
yeah.
lucky. So we've had, in every single tournament I've played in this semester, I have either holed out for eagle, hit the flag stick, and knocked it out of the hole, or come really close to holding out in every single tournament at least once.
So that's the best thing.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was like, how is this happening? It was like the weirdest thing.
So hopefully that keeps up.
Yes.
into
Hopefully
the
they
spring.
drop in.
Right.
Next.
Well, you got
more
something to
of
work on then.
Yes.
For the between.
But it was the
season.
weirdest thing.
That
Every
is-
single tournament,
that
there was
is-
one shot that almost went in.
That is weird.
Or did go in.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Hopefully it keeps up.
I hope so too. Knock on wood.
Right. Not that's glass, but there you go.
There we go.
Okay. Well, kind of on that note, actually, is something that we'll put these away. Good job with this, by the way.
Thanks.
But talking about that a little bit is I wanted to kind of finish on more of a serious LMU golf note, if you will. Talk to us a little bit about the fall season's over, right? So
yes.
talk to us a little bit about, you kind of started a little bit, but how it went down these last couple months, if you will.
So we have a really young team this year. We had, for most of the season, we had 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and a junior playing. So when it comes to golf, that's really young. And so it's been a learning experience, but we also have had a really strong team. We've practiced hard coming into the season. We knew we were capable of playing good. We've already played some of the best golf that OMU golf has played in the recent years. It may not look like we played as well because of our standings, but that's because golf overall has improved so much this year. Comparing it to last year, every single team that is out in the SAC right now has gotten better. And so that, in some ways, it was like, well, we just played our best score and we're like in 5th. Well, like last year, if we played that, we've been like leading like by 5 or 6 shots. And so it was, at first it was a little discouraging where we're like, we're playing good golf, but we're not playing well compared to other people. But we've really taken it now as a motivation where we know we're playing well and we know others are playing well. And so it motivates us more to work harder and to go to the spring where the fall is kind of like your really long preseason, where the spring is our conference season. So conference is at the end in April, whatever. And so that's where we really need to put in work and work hard and build our momentum to get to conference and to hopefully win it this year.